So many times.
Hello everyone and welcome back. Before we crack on with today's video, which will be electrics based, thought we'd give you a quick recap of where we left off from last time's video. So, as you can see, it's looking a little bit more put together. So, I think we finished off, we had put this side of the Defender in place, but since then, we have also put on some little drawers, well not drawers, cubby hole doors with hinges and little magnetic attachments, which you can see here. Just like glued that on, screwed that on, and works pretty good. We have also, if I switch over, put this side in. So again, we put all of the little magnetic catches on the front. We've secured this bit in. We've done the L return, which is another bit. As you can see, so we've got the little bit that lifts up, which puts our whole design together. And what else have we done? Put in the window panels on the side, so the wall, like the wall panels. There's two there, there should be one there, but I've just put them both on that side for the time being. So they're all cut, we're gonna wrap them in something. Not too sure yet, we're thinking maybe like a leather or something like that, but that will come when it comes. And then we've also, last bit, started putting in these shelves, or the starting point of the shelves. If you wiggle in there, there's going to be like some sort of shelving unit in there just to utilise storage. Don't know quite what it is yet. I think that is a pretty accurate recap of where we left off from last time. So I'll pass you back to Ollie and you can get cracking with electrical things which I don't understand, so you probably won't see me again in this video.
Right, so this episode is going to be dedicated, as the title probably suggests, and you saw last week, to our electrics and everything that we've done so far. Now, I have to be honest, it was a little bit complicated. So I've sort of just been following a diagram, methodically going through bit by bit by bit, and not really filming anything because that would be too complicated because my small brain can't compute that much. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to talk you through every single bit that I have done so far. And so for some people it's going to be really boring, for other people it might be interesting, I don't know. Anyway. To introduce, here is my Uncle Ted. Say hello.
Hello folks, I am the alpha male, silverback gorilla. This is a mere chimpanzee in the pecking order. And he actually doesn't come second. The person behind the camera comes second. Because anyone who's been married for 20 years knows that a man is never right. And a man is only useful in a crisis. All other decisions are made by the person behind the camera.
Thanks, Dad.
So, all of the bits and pieces are in place. We just have to connect them all up using wires, which is a little bit scary. But this is the setup that we have gone for. We have got the DC-DC charger there, our solar MPPT there. Fuse box is just down here. It's just a 10-way blade fuse box. And our inverter is going to sit just like that behind our cubby box, which goes there. So, here is our solar panel, and as you can see, we do in fact have two solar panels. The reason being, this one, when it arrived, had some damage, as you can see here and here. Now, the panel itself is actually straight, but we didn't want to risk it, so the company very kindly sent us a second solar panel free of charge, so we're very grateful. But we do now have two panels. Anyway, so yeah, so we have two panels. We're only going to use one, and this is going to be like a spare backup in case we need more power for whatever reason. So that is going to be this morning's job. We're going to try and get that mounted and wired in.
So many times.
As you can see, the solar panel, well, you probably can't see it, but the solar panel is on the roof.
It's up there somewhere.
And we have just run all of the wiring from the lights and the solar panel into this trunking here. So you can see we've got three different wires, one for the lights, two for the solar panel, a live and a negative. And we're just running this trunking up here as far as we can to try and make it look really neat, so as it comes into the scan strut here. Now, the bit that we're sort of struggling with is obviously we've got a roof that goes up and down, which means that as the roof comes down, this will likely kink like so. So we're just trying to figure out the best way to sort of mitigate that and make it look neat. And also, in case we are driving off-road in Canada and there'd be a tree or something, that if it's kinked like that, we don't want a tree to, a bit windy, a tree to come and sort of, you know, rip all of our electrics off from the roof. So yes, I will get back to you when I've actually got everything fixed in. So this is all of our wiring for the lights and the top. Lily's down there working on the countertop with Birdie. There's our scan struts with the wires running in. And here are the spotlights. There we go.
Quite thin of cores. I might have to rethink it.
Right, so you join us on the front side of the bulkhead where all of our electrics can be found, aside from the battery, which is just behind. So here we have mounted our DC-DC charger, our solar charger, fuse box, bus bar, and our inverter. So as I'm trying to explain, so the DC-DC charger is used to charge our leisure battery as we're driving, so that will ensure that when our vehicle battery is fully charged, it will then convert the power to our leisure battery. The solar charger, as the name suggests, converts our solar power, which is up somewhere on the roof, which you can't see, into, it doesn't, basically sun energy into battery energy. It doesn't actually do exactly that, it just converts different currents. But anyway, not the point. I don't know if you'll be able to see because it is quite dark, but underneath here we have our fuse box, and it's not the neatest, but what all I've done,
It's just down there.
don't know if you can lift and pick it up, it might
Yeah, I
do.
think so. Look, there's also a dog, sorry, quick dog break. Rocco! Hello, Bobbette!
Rocks.
Hello. Quick dog break. Oh, Bobbette. Okay,
Anyway.
sorry, continue.
Yeah, so what I've done is I've literally just drilled holes through the bulkhead where I put the carpet on, just to feed all of the wires through, to try and, I mean, it doesn't look very neat, but at least I know sort of where everything goes at the moment, so that if we do have a problem on the road, I can just trace a particular circuit back to where hopefully the issue is, or wherever the issue may be. Yeah, our inverter's just here. It's just hidden behind the glove box, which isn't actually in place, so there we go, as you can see. It's only 1,000 watts, and I will just cut to our inverter remote control. So up here, I don't know, again, it's really dark and it's really bright outside, blah blah blah. It is our switch for the inverter. So as you can see, if I switch it on, oh, I've turned it off on the inverter, never mind. It will normally just come up and that will switch our inverter on and off, so that's just there for us. I don't know if you can see just on the right hand side as well, there's just this hole currently. Now that will be filled by said switch panel here. And we've done a little bit of wiring on the back here. And this will be used to control our LED lights, which are just here, which we'll be putting in later today. Anything else? I don't really know what else we're going to put. We've got 3. We've got 1 for lights.
Well, yeah, oh yeah, 1 for lights.
2 for lights? I don't know, yeah. We basically have a couple of extra ones, and we will probably figure something out. Maybe like the water pump or something, I'm not sure. Anyway, so that's going to go up there.
Lovely.
If you look down here, you can see we actually have a thing plugged in, but we have a USB. There we go, which is all wired in and ready to charge things up. So that's actually what we didn't realise, but it's actually a fast charger, and it's super fast. So we actually have one there, and I'll just show you inside. So we actually have another one. Just, oh sorry, the focus is not working. There we go, just there. So there we are. Just in terms of the battery specifically, you can see we've kind of got a little like spider web going on here. It's actually quite simple. There's 3 main red ones. They're all fused with 100 amp fuses, and I think that one is a 50 amp or something. I've basically, like I said, I've just been following this diagram step by step by step. Anyway, battery is basically done. Here, just behind me, you might be able to see these 4 cables all dangling down here. And you might be going, well, what are those? Well, 2 of those are for our solar power. So 2 of these are running into the solar MPPT, or one of those is, and one's going to an earth. We also have this cable here, which is, as we mentioned, for our inverter switch panel. And the final one here is for our lights on the front, which have in fact been wired in to the original red switch that we really wanted to keep because we think they look really cool. Today we are going to be fixing these lovely so they're actually reversing lights that we got from ORE 4x4. Fun story for you. I didn't have any order confirmation. Well, I had an order confirmation, and it was like 2 weeks later, and I still hadn't had anything. So I phoned the chap, and he went, "Yeah, really sorry. Basically, the lights that I'd ordered had actually been used on Richard Hammond's Land Rover." So I couldn't be too angry at him for that, because that's quite cool. There we go, end of the day now, and we have got 3 switches all wired in. Look at that.
We're thinking that.
Fabulous. There we go. How's that? I'm quite pleased with that. It's good. It's looking really nice.